How you doing everyone? It's Juan Romero here from SwitchWatch and I'm back with another review. Today it's Sonic Mania. I'm still in Spain on my holidays, but this is a game I had to review while away. Reason being is Sonic was a massive part of my youth. It was a game that I loved back in the day. So can Sonic Mania bring Sonic the Hedgehog back to where I believe he belongs after so many disappointing games? Let's find out in the Sonic Mania review. Back in the day, Sonic was one of my favourite games along with Mario and Zelda, and my fondest memories of the blue mascot were always on the SEGA Mega Drive. For over 20 years, Sonic has featured in many games, but for me the magic was never quite there again like it was in his 16-bit outings. There have been some decent attempts of course, but for me SEGA and their famous blue super mascot never quite made the next step. So it was with great hesitation for me that I invested in this game, because although I knew it would be Sonic taken back to his retro roots, I was worried about being disappointed again. Things were different this time though. You have to give it to SEGA for trusting their franchise to the superfan Christian Whitehead, and with his dev team at PagodaWest Games and Headcannon working together, they tried to rediscover the magic. SEGA helped with resources, they gave their backing along with sorting out the PR. So has all of this led to a great game? Let's find out. Story: Sonic and Tails visit Angel Island and witness the hard-boiled heavies extract the Phantom Ruby from the ground. Space-time warps around them and they all get warped to the Green Hill Zone. Now if you've played Sonic before, then this should instantly bring some of your nostalgic feelings to the fore. The hard-boiled heavies have been transformed into more powerful robos, and as they start to get away, Sonic, Tails and Knuckles join forces to stop them. They are, however, too late to stop Dr. Robotnik from stealing the gemstone and the heavies, which he uses to get rid of the three amigos. Still, they continue their pursuit, and this takes you through 12 glorious stages, each split into 2 levels. Now apologies, I'm not going to call Dr. Robotnik Eggman. For me, it will always be Dr. Robotnik. Now moving on then to audio. For me it's superb. I absolutely love the melodies in this game, and like anything you listen to in your youth, music has the power to remind you of where you were at a certain time. The tunes in Green Zone hitting me with nostalgia like a big wet salmon smacking me in the face. Many of the tracks come back from the older games, while the newer ones offer that retro sound but maintain a completely fresh feel. Sonic's bounces and spins all sound as fantastic as they always did, but I don't want to spend too long here. Let's move on to visuals. The game emulates the unique style of the original Sonics on the Mega Drive, and the pixel art used is stunning. Our blue friend looks fantastic in both handheld and docked mode. Sonic, Tails and Knuckles are drawn superbly and the levels look absolutely incredible. The colours are super vibrant, animations are crisp, and the speed at which Sonic moves through the stages is just wonderful to see with absolutely no slowdown. I personally love Green Zone and always have to start the game there. It just brought back so many good memories. The classics look as good as ever and have finer details which make them stand out even more. Zones like Stardust Speedway and Chemical Plant are still in here, along with completely new zones like Mirage Saloon and Studio Police being one of my favourites. While I loved exploring what these new zones had to offer, it was the older zones which held the biggest surprise. They are vaster and even more complex. In terms of visuals, it's a feast for the eyes, and in terms of gameplay, it made these zones even more fun to explore. Easter eggs here are plenty, but as always on SwitchWatch, gameplay for me and us is where it's at. This is a 2D side-scrolling platform game. You can play as Sonic, Tails or Knuckles, or Sonic and Tails together. They each have slightly different moves, but the aim is always the same. Get to the end of the level within 10 minutes. On the Switch, the controls go back to those blissful 16-bit days where Sonic was simple to control and the games were full of flair and polish. Here you press a button to jump, down to roll, hold down and hold jump to spin, and let go. Simple and works phenomenally well. On the Switch, the weight and feeling of Sonic as well as the physics are all bang on, and it feels as spot on as the originals. There are the games which went head to head with Mario, and it just shows that while gaming has come a very long way, one thing never changes: simplicity and great gameplay never gets old. Along the way you'll find large rings which will take you into a special 3D stage where you'll need to catch the UFO. If you manage to catch it, you will receive a Chaos Emerald. Though I won't tell you the exact number, collect them all and beat the final stage for the best cinematic ending. These stages are a nice distraction, but again, for me, when Sonic goes into 3D, it just doesn't feel as polished as the rest of the game, and this is just a slight negative from me. You have a similar type of stage when you reach checkpoints and have 25 coins to your name to activate them, where you'll be able to enter a special stage to collect blue balls and rings. Collect all of the blue balls and you complete the stage. These are challenging to say the least, because if you hit one red ball, it's all over. As Sonic, you want to collect gold rings. These will protect you from dying, and if you get hit by either an enemy or an obstacle, if you lose your initial 3 lives, you will have to start the whole zone again. So be careful, as there's nothing more frustrating than having to start from the beginning. At the end of each stage, you'll need to defeat what I call a mini-boss. All of the fights are fun, but are not hugely difficult until you get to the latter zones and stages of the game. Some of these fights do drag a little bit, and some of the stuff you would have annoyed you in the old Sonics will still annoy you here. I would have liked to have seen a checkpoint on some of the really long boss fights, for example. You'll also be able to collect a number of power-ups, which will help you on your way. Some of the stages here are entirely new, while the older ones have been freshened up and slightly remixed. Don't worry though, everything that's been added has not detracted at all from the originals. The stages are full of creativity and wonder. It really makes them fun to play and explore. Sonic for me has always been about finding the rhythm of a stage and then flying through it, and that's why it's great that a time attack mode has been added, and for those of you that like to speed run, it's great that it's here. There's also a versus friend mode, which is very welcome, as you can each break off a Joy-Con and play against each other. The levels are fast and as frantic as ever, and I absolutely had a blast playing through this game. I was worried that there may be some slowdown on the Switch, as I did hear some rumours, but I did not encounter any of it, either in handheld or in docked mode. The game runs super smooth and it was just a joy. Taking the little blue hedgehog anywhere with you reminds me of when I had Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Game Gear when I was a teen. What an absolute joy. Value, there's plenty of replayability here once you've completed the main campaign. You'll want to explore the levels to the full, finding all of those large rings to partake in the special levels and collect those Chaos Emeralds for the best ending. You'll also want to replay the levels in time attack mode to get the best times. The price of this game is absolutely on the money. I don't think it's expensive for the package you get here. Coming in at $19.99 or $19.99 in euros and £16 in the UK. Seems just about right to me. So in terms of my verdict, I can truly say I've not had this much fun with the little blue hedgehog for over 20 years. This is a welcome return to form, and although retro somehow feels fresh. It's been a long journey to get here, but it's been worth the wait. Welcome back, my little blue friend. Sonic is back. And with that, this game receives our highest score so far on SwitchWatch, 9 out of 10. My name is Juan Romero from SwitchWatch, guys, and if you like this review, then please hit that thumbs up button. It would really mean a lot to us. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought of this review or any other Nintendo Switch game. And last but not least, if you're a new watcher here, then please consider subscribing. For all of you existing watchers out there, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.